slideshow for options, but the same rules apply when it comes to like technical analysis and stuff like that. So we can just go over like a few things there first. So I do have this. So like when it comes to the stock market or any market in general, we'll have things called bulls and bears. Don't worry about the calls or puts. That is for options. But bulls or bears, they talk about two animals in the stock market, right? So a bull would be someone who believes the stock price will rise, for example, $10 to $20. And a bear is obviously the opposite. Believe the stock price will go lower to, let's just say, from $20 to $10. So they use these animals because when a bull attacks, they strike up, and when a bear attacks, they strike down. So it's easy to remember because we know bulls strike up, bears strike down. Bull, when we think of a bull, we think of an optimistic person, bear, pessimistic person. So if you're looking at, let's just say Bitcoin, if you're bullish, that means you want the stock, you want the crypto to go up. And bearish is you want the price to go down, right? So let's just say if instead of using Apple, let's say if Bitcoin is at $100 and fell to $80, would that be bullish or bearish?
You think so? It was at $100.
You said what?
Bearish if it goes down.
Yeah. So if does that make sense for everyone? I want everyone to understand that because this is like the complete basics at this point. And if it doesn't understand, we can go over another example. But yes, if let's just say you said one more time.
Yeah, the example.
Okay, so let's say, so we know that bulls are optimistic people, right? We know bulls think that, hey, if I look at Bitcoin and this guy says I'm a bull, that means he thinks that Bitcoin's going to go up, okay? And let's say someone doesn't like Bitcoin, automatically they are bearish because they don't believe in Bitcoin, right? So let's say it's Ethereum. So if Ethereum is $50 and I say I'm bullish on Ethereum, what does that mean?
You think it's going to go up?
Yeah, I think it's going to go up. And so it's like, so if Ethereum was $100, let's say Ethereum was $100 and it fell down to $80, right? Was that a bullish move or a bearish move? Just looking at it.
Bearish went down, right?
Yeah. So y'all all understand it, right?
Sure.
All right. So then we want to talk about like what is a trend. So when you look at the like charting and stuff like that, you'll see these lines going up, down. So this model, this is a line chart. So when you're actually trading, you'll be looking at the candlesticks, and we'll get into that later. But this right here is a line chart just to show it, I guess, simplified. So right here, this would be considered an uptrend, and it's characterized by prices making higher highs and higher lows. So let's say right now. So let's say that this is at $5, right? This low is at $5 and it comes up to 10. I think they can write on here actually. Let's see. I guess that. So let's just say this is 5, right? And this is 10. This is 7. Let's just say this is 7. This is, I don't know, 15. And this can be, this is like right here, so it'd be 10 again. That's right around 10. So it starts at 5, it goes up to 10, and it comes back to 7. That's considered a higher low. Why is it a higher low? Because 7 is higher than 5, obviously, right? It goes up to 15. Why is it a higher high? 15 is higher than 10. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when someone says the stock is in an uptrend, or the crypto is in an uptrend, I will use crypto and stock interchangeably because I come from stocks. So I'm naturally just going to say stocks, but a lot of you guys do crypto. So it's like, if they say Bitcoin's in an uptrend, this is what they mean. It's had a higher high and it has higher lows. Okay. So the next thing is a sideways trend. A sideways trend is when we're in something called a channel. A channel is like, let's say this is 5 and this is 10. As you can see throughout this whole channel, it's the same price. It fluctuates up and down on the same scale. So this keeps coming up to 5 and this keeps going up to 10, 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10. So in a sideways trend, there's like, say you're trading this, for example, right? Say you're in Bitcoin, let's say Bitcoin's $5 and the trend is $10, or like the high of it is 10. Oh, wait, let me admit this guy. Okay. Say you're in Bitcoin, right? And it's $5. It's at, this is what we call support, this lower region. And this right here is resistance. So let's just say it's at $5 and we know support is $5 and we know resistance $10, right? It went up to 5 and went down to, it went down to 5, went up to 10, went down to 5, went up to 10, right? It's 10 right now. Like what do we expect to happen if it's in a sideways trend? Like what do we expect where Bitcoin is going to go based off of what I just told you guys right now?
Down to 5 and probably back up again.
Yeah. So this is a sideways channel, right? So you can, if we are in a sideways channel and we do see this happening, then, hey, I know that if Bitcoin does come down to 5, let me put some money in right now, right? And I can get out at 10 because I know this is resistance. So you're making that quick $5. In options, it's a little bit different. You can make a lot more money with little money, but that's the gist of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense for everyone?
Yep. Yes, sir.
All right. And then downtrend is the complete opposite, right? So we say it's a lower high and a lower low. So let's just say this is 10, and then this is 8, and this is 9, and this is 7, and so far, right? So forth. So it's a lower high. So this is 10, it goes down here, and lower lows too. It goes to 8, and it goes up, it's 9. 9 is not greater than 10. So automatically it's going to be a lower high, right? And then you go down to 7, 7's not greater than 8. So that's considered a lower low. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So let's, how do I go to the next thing? All right, so candlesticks, what are they? This is literally the backbone, I would say, to trading. How do I clear? Oh, okay. How do I clear this? All right, so yeah, so candlesticks, this is literally the backbone to trading. When people talk about price action, when they talk about technical analysis, candlesticks is what that is. So I urge all of you guys to really learn price action and really study this, because the best way I can describe it is, let's just say we're playing Call of Duty, right? And or it doesn't even have to be Call of Duty. Let's just say we want to play video games, right? We need to learn how to use the controller, right? So candlesticks is pretty much the controller. Once we know how to use the controller, we can play Call of Duty, we can play 2K, whatever, right? So we can say like Call of Duty is crypto, 2K is options, another
chill, bro. I haven't played in like 5.
Yeah, but does that make sense what I'm saying? So pretty much that candlesticks is the controller, and we all need to learn the basics and learn how the controller works for us to even play the game, right? So it's like a lot of us, or a lot of people in the chat, are trying to play the game without even knowing how to use the controller. You're already setting yourself up for failure at that point, you know? So this green candle right here, what do you guys think it's considered, bullish or bearish?
Bullish.
Bullish.
And red, obviously bearish, right? So right here, we wrote down that it opens at $3. So each candlestick, depending on the time frame, is how long the duration of the candle. So say this candlestick was 5 minutes. This is telling me in this 5 minutes, this is what happened in this candle. It can be a day, it can be an hour, it can be a week, it can be a month, but this is just saying, so whenever you're looking at the time frame, I'll show you guys later. Oh shoot, this guy wants to join my live. Whenever you want to look at the time frame, that each candle represents a certain time frame. So this can represent 1 hour, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, right? Okay. So once we know that, so in this, let's just say this.
Yeah. Man, why you go toothbrush?
Can you guys mute your mic?
Huh? Multiverse.
All right, go. Okay. So again, so let's just say this was a 5-minute time frame, right? So in this 5 minutes, this candle opened up at $3, right? And it closed at $5. But that's not all that happened. So it opened at $3. At some point in the 5 minutes, the candle shot all the way up to $6, right? Each candle is a tug of war between bulls and bears. So it opened at 3, it went all the way to $6, right? It even came down all the way to $2. It came down all the way right here to $2. But it eventually ended up at 5. So it was a tug of war between the bulls and the bears. So it opened up at 3. Let's say it just came down. The bears are like, nah, we're taking down to $2. And then the bulls came together. They they did tug of war and they brought it all the way up to 6. And the bears like, nah, that's not fair. And we're going to bring it back to 5. So that's where it closed. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And it's the same thing with the bears, just opposite. So when you see candles like this, I guess I would want you to practice to like, so like, how did this candle look at one point? So at one point, this candle did look like this. It looked like this and went all the way down like that. It did look like that at one point, right? And at another point, it did look like this. Like it shot all the way up. Sorry for the drawing, but like you understand what I'm saying. Like it looked like that. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so once you know how a candlestick works, then you want to learn like whether if it's stronger or weaker. So the bigger the candlestick, like say this was completely green. Wait up, let me. So let's say this candle. Oh. So let's say this candlestick was completely green, right? Let's say it opened at $2 and it shot up to 6. Like what is this candle telling me? It's telling me that, holy snaps, this is a very bullish move. Remember, we saying bullish goes up, and this is giving me more conviction and saying I was bullish on this trade, right? This is giving me more conviction, like holy snap, it went from $2 to $6. The bears had nothing on this candle, and then you're gonna look at the next candle and see how that forms. But let's say it's like this. Can someone tell me what this candle means right here? If it's right in the middle.
Like a big tug of war on both.
Yeah, so it's a tug of war on both. And then it's like this, if I look at this candle, right? I'm not gonna determine, should I get in this trade based off this candle? Because this candle is showing me uncertainty. I don't even know if the bears won or the bulls won, you know what I mean? So what I'll do is I'll wait for the next candle to tell me, hey, this is your confirmation to get into this trade, whether it be bearish or bullish. Make sense?
Yep.
They call that a doji, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
doji.
undetermined. So like you'd go to like a lower time frame.
Yeah.
Like a better candlestick. Yeah,
it's a doji. Yeah, so you don't even need to get caught up with the names. Like what I showed, it would be a Marubozu. There's hammers, this and that. But as long as you can understand what the candle is telling you, then you'll be better off, because you know, oh, this is a strong candle or a weak candle. All right. Then so the next thing would be support and resistance. So again, this is a line chart, but you will see the candles and you'll see like, hey, this may be a green candle, red candle, this and this and that. So in the stock market, like technical analysis, support and resistance are certain predetermined levels of the price of whatever. You get that. But so think of support as your floor. So like you're in your room right now, think of support as your floor. That's the lowest you go. And think of the resistance as your roof, right? So, and you can think of it like there's like a ball going up and down, up and down. So once it touches 3 times, let's just say once price touches 3 times, it's considered support, or if it touches 3 times on the upside, it's considered resistance, right? And we can say, again, this is $5 and this is $10, right? So a lot of people, you can either trade in the range, like we were talking about earlier. Hey, we know it's at 10. Let me sell it, or let's at 5. Let me buy it because I know it's going to go to 10, right? And I'll take my profit right there. There's also something called breakout trading, and that's you can make a lot of money when it comes to that. So I guess you can think about it like this: you are stuck in a room, you're stuck in a room, like you're trapped in this room. Every day you try to break through that door, right? Because you don't want to be in this room. Every day you try to break out that door, and someone put you there, like I guess kidnapped you, you can say. Someone kidnapped you, they put you in this room, and you're trying to break out the door. That door is your resistance, right? Once you break out the door, you're trying to go as far away as you can from that person, right? And that's exactly what happens when it comes to breakouts. When a breakout happens, if they're contained for so long, the longer you're in this channel, the more explosive the move will be up. So when you see these big moves on these stocks or cryptos, because they've been in such a small range for such a long time that now they need to break out. And the best thing to do is, like, if you see a breakout, you can obviously enter on the breakout, or you can enter on a pullback. A good pullback will create resistance, will turn into support. So right now, resistance at 10, let's just say this is 15. If it broke out and went back to support that was resistance at 10, then we know, like, hey, this is a very good trade to take because it didn't fall all the way back down. And if it fell all the way back down, then we'd be like, let me get out of this trade because it's not as strong as I thought it was. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Am I losing anyone?
Yep.
Because I want you to, I really want you guys to understand this and not like just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, we got it right. Mm. Yeah, let's look at it right now. So this is a trading view. I know it looks hella crazy, but let me
it's a lot of indicators.
Oh man, got all the hacks on.
Thanks. Here's this. Okay. Okay, so this is Doge, right? So up here is, remember I was talking to you guys about the candles, and you can choose what can determine if you want to use a daily time frame, 10 minutes or whatever. So this time frame is the weekly time frame. This is saying like this happened in 1 week. This whole move happened in 1 week. This happened in a week, this happened in a week, all this weekly. Then I go here. Oh, then I go here. This is the daily time frame, right? Each candle represents 1 day. So if you're investing into a stock or a cryptocurrency, I'm not going to be looking at the 10-minute chart, right? Because the 10-minute chart will fake me out, and I'll be like, I'm going to get out too soon, because that's not even my objective. If I'm holding for the long run, if I'm holding for years or months or whatever, I'm going to be looking at the daily and weekly time frame. you guys all, everyone needs to remember the bigger the time frame, the stronger the move will happen, because it's taking a longer time. So it's like you don't expect in a 10-minute time frame for Doge to go from 30 cents to $1, right? That doesn't make any sense. But if you look at the weekly time frame, you can see that, hey, Doge went from 7 cents to 45 cents. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I guess we can look at it. So the thing is, like with Doge, there's not a lot of I guess data for me to be like, I know exactly what's going to happen, but we can plot our support and resistance levels. So when I do that, I always start from the highest time frame, and you always want to work your way down. And we create our support and resistances like we were talking about last time. And I choose a different color for each time frame. So for the weekly time frame, let's just put this down and we'll say this is blue, right? And we'll go to the daily. I did that for the weekly because that's the highest resistance point, right? That's the highest it's ever been. So I'll mark it right there. And when we're looking for support and resistance levels, we're looking for as many touches as we can get. So like we can see right here, there's a little resistant point right here. You can see like it went over here and it came down in this area. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Then we can let's just change that to orange. And then we can do the same thing right here. You see those two resistances right there. And then we can also one right here. Also remember that support and resistance, like these lines, it's not just one, it's not 0.4111. Like that's not the resistance. Support and resistances are like zones, so ranges. It's not a single number. So like don't think like, hey, if it hits 0.4111, it's going to fall down. You know what I mean? It's a range. So it should be drawn more like, yeah, like a range, but and we have that right there. So we did the daily time frame, right? This is the range that we're in. I don't really have to worry about this because I don't think we're going to go back down there anytime soon. But then we go to the 4 hour. Same thing. If I can find anything, I can see, look at, and this is going to come with practice, obviously. Like you'll be able to spot it faster. Like I've been doing this for a while, so I can look at it and I can say, hey, all of these touches, that is a support or resistance level, right? See, it's purple. I'll put it as purple, and yeah, and then you can check the 1 hour. So we can just put that right there. Boom, and then we just change it to, let's just do green. All right. So like how I trade is purely off price action. I don't have too many indicators on my screen. I don't really look at like RSI or like these people who say like use the RSI, this and that. You can use it. Everyone has their own sauce. You know what I mean? It's like a video game. You play Call of Duty, you're not gonna use the same gun as your best friend. You know what I mean? Everyone has their own thing. But once you learn price action, you can I don't know, just like make it your own. So, but this is like how I trade. So like we can see, like, let's just look at that 4 hour time frame again. So we can see, like, remember the orange ones are our daily time frame. When it hit this, like it hit this, it came back down. It hit this, it came back down. Hit this, it came back down, right? Remember we were talking about that. If it's in a range for a long time, it will be a big move if it breaks. So if this pushed up to the upside, this would have probably hit the weekly, but it wasn't strong enough, and it fell back down. So look, you can see when it fell back down, boom, it came down. Like it did hit our 4 hour resistance, and it came all the way down to our green, which is our 1 hour, right? And now this was holding support, and now it's breaking down. So we can assume that, hey, it's at 28 cents right now or whatever. It's probably going to hit this daily time frame, right? And if it does hit this daily and it breaks down, it'll probably come down around we can also mark one right here. It'll probably come down right here, right? And if it does break this, it can probably come down right here. Does that make sense?
Hell yeah.
So, and I guess, is Doge in an uptrend or a downtrend? It's in a downtrend. On what time frame will we say it's in a downtrend? Is this like in this
I would say uptrend, right?
so like I guess it would be a little bit too early for us to assume like if it's in an uptrend or downtrend. So like remember we were talking about the higher highs and higher lows, right? We have one right here. Right here. See right here, it's still a higher high than before, right? This is not invalidating my trade. Say I am bullish on Doge. It's not bullish once it breaks this right here, because this was the last low. So if it does break this low, then I'm like, oh shoot, I'm wrong. You know what I mean? I'm wrong. I should not be in this trade. I'm gonna cut it right here. See, this is where your risk comes in. So if I know that right here, so like say someone asks you, hey, should I get into Doge right now? I'm like, I see this. I'm like, maybe you should wait a little bit because it's in the middle of a range. I don't know if it's going to come back right here or right here. But once I do know that, it's going to give me a little bit more, what's the word? Like give me more information to know if I should get into this trade. But like, let's say after this hour is over or this day is over, it's a big red candle right here. Am I going to get in? No, because that's momentum going down to the downside. So I can say like, hey, this right here, this area is my risk, and I want to get a trade as close to right here as possible because this is my risk. But if this does come up and it comes down and it stops right here and it keeps going up, I'm gonna get in right here because hey, this is a higher high than this last area, right? And then this would be my risk right here, this area, because I know if it breaks down, like let's just say like this so let's say like right here, right? Let's just say it does go up. Like let's say it goes like that, right? This area right here, this would now be my risk, meaning that if it does break down here, I'm out of my trade because I thought it was gonna make a higher high. And it didn't make a higher high, it just came back down and it broke down, and now I'm out some money. But the thing is, like, I'm calculating, hey, this is my risk. So how much money am I gonna put in right now? But this is also just for if you're trading. If you're investing in this and you truly believe that Doge is gonna go to the quote unquote moon, then I'm gonna keep adding to my position, right? Because I truly believe in the company. I truly believe like, hey, this is a great company, so I will continue to add. So it depends on your conviction, but just based off the chart and trading alone, why would I get into a trade right now on Doge? Like how is it helping me? Like, how am I gonna make money from this? You know what I mean? Because it's not at any support or resistance. It's in the middle. I don't know if it's gonna go up or down. Like, let me wait a little bit to get more information. You know what I mean? And then you can take the trade. So when are people, let's look at XRP. I think a lot of people are on XRP. All right. So I drew this a while ago, right? So I think I drew in chat 2 days ago. I drew this when I got there. I heard everyone talking about XRP, right? And mind you, I don't do crypto, I didn't do crypto before joining you guys, but the same rules apply, right? So look at, we drew this, and what is this right here? Do you guys remember what this is called, this white line?
Resistance, right?
The white line. I mean, it's a supportive, it is a form of resistance, but let's just say, is it uptrend or downtrend?
Trend line?
Downtrend.
Yes, okay. So when someone says it's breaking the downtrend, that means it's moving to the upside. If it's breaking the uptrend, it's moving to the downside, right?
Okay.
So it hit up here and it came down. This is the support I drew a couple of days ago, right? Look at how it came right back down to it. and drew my downtrend. And I was like, okay, I'm not in XRP yet because I did miss it when it was like right over here. But I'm like, let me draw my downtrend because more than likely it will pull back again as it did, right? And right now it's in the range. Like I can get into XRP right here, right? If it does come back right here, let me get in right here because this is my support. But once it breaks this support, like it can come down over here, and then it could come down right here. You know what I mean? Then I have a lot of ways to go. But it's like, let me wait for this confirmation on the upside. So let me get in right there on this upside move because I know this is my risk. And once I do get in right here is my risk. So it's like if I put in $500, right? And let's just say, let's just say my risk is, I don't know, $100. If it breaks right here, like I'm not worried about how much money I'm putting in because I know exactly what my risk is. You need to know exactly what you're risking and not just throw everything in there because people panic sell this and that. They're like, oh shoot, let's just say it does come right here, right? And a lot of people are like, oh, it's gonna hit my stop loss. We say stop loss or risk, right? It's gonna hit my stop loss. Let me get out. But then it bounces and shoots up, you know? A lot of people get out and they're like, I want to get out right now because I don't want to lose as much money. But then it hits your support and it blasts through the roof, right? So you don't put money that don't put too much risk into it. You know what I mean? Like it should be calculated. Like, hey, I know this is as much money as I want to put in this. Or if it's disposable income, then you just throw in your money and you don't care about that money, then it's okay at that point. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right now, XRP, am I going to get into it right now? No, I don't even know it's in the middle, you know what I mean? It's in the middle of a range. Like there's no information, if that makes sense. There's no information for me to get in or out. So what I would do is like, I'm going to wait for it to hit this support. Let's see what happens. And this would be considered a double top. And a double top looks like an M, and usually M does go straight down like that, right? But it can also become a W. It can go right here, or like that, and then shoot back up like that. So we don't know, and I'm not trying to predict what's going to happen. I'm just going to wait to see what happens, and I'll react accordingly. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess like just recapping everything we did talk about, learn price action. If I did not send you like the beginner YouTube videos, then definitely message me and learn all about the candlesticks, and we can run it back. Like if you guys want to like just talk about the candlesticks and different, just if this one is a strong candlestick or this one's weak, you know what I mean? Once you do learn that, then it'll be way better. And then we can talk about this thing right here, volume and all this, but that's a whole nother topic. And trading is not as like cut and dry as it seems, you know what I mean? There's a lot that goes into it. Indicators come next and this and that, but I think that's a good place to stop. So it is a lot of information. I do realize, I do understand that, but just start with the price action, start with learning the controller, learning what the candlesticks are, what they mean. And once you do that, then you're already hundreds, light years ahead of multiple people. So yeah, that's all I got. And we can keep, I'm going to always be in the chat. So you just message me, whatever you guys need, and I'll keep helping you guys out. But if you really want to do this, this is the first place to start. So
Appreciate it.
Very,
Appreciate
very
it, bro.
cool.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
That was cool.
yeah, I got you. All right, I'll see you
Thanks,
guys.
man. That was very helpful.
All right, boys.
Sure.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yep.
Thanks, bro.
Mhm.
All right. See ya.